If 2020 and 2021 taught us anything, it's that life in this world, no matter where we're living, is extremely volatile and uncertain. And it's caused quite a few of you, many of us, myself included, to sort of rethink some things. Steph and I left the United States back in 2003. Originally, we had a plan just to go to Belize for a year. Wasn't sure if we could make it any longer than that. I certainly didn't have any plans to live there longer than just 1 year. I thought, you know what, let's try this out for a year. So we sold off everything, sold the boats, the cars, the homes, put everything in storage, came down to Belize, fully intending, at least I was, maybe Steph had other ideas, fully intending to just stay down there for a maximum of a year and then come on back and kind of reintegrate into life again. Life meaning 9-to-5 job, buy another car, buy another boat, buy another home, live just like everyone else. Well, fortunately, that didn't happen. Fortunately, we found a way to make it work. And you guys can make it work too. So no matter where you find yourself right now, and this is a good thing, wherever you're finding yourself, if you're watching this video, you've probably seen other videos of mine. Maybe you're following other people that put out information on Belize. That's fantastic. Get all the information you can. Maybe you're following people that specialize in moving abroad, living as a digital nomad. Maybe you're following people that have been teaching you things about expat taxes, how much money you can save by actually living outside the US or Canada. Maybe you're, maybe you have other dreams. Maybe you're getting ready for retirement. You're figuring out just how many years you have to go and work before you can actually pull the trigger, jump, and that jump might have you landing in another state, another country, somewhere else, right? So right now, I never thought that here in August 2021, I'd be walking around the French Riviera. And actually, it's a beautiful place. Absolutely beautiful waters. They're rocky. It doesn't have the reef that Belize has. I never thought I'd be here. And the reason I'm here for 3 weeks instead of back in Belize is because of the restrictions. I physically can't get from France to the US to Belize right now. It's just not working, so I have to wait. Well, in the meantime, fortunately, we have things set up, Steph and I, and this didn't happen overnight, but we've set things up for us so we have complete freedom on where we live in the world. So that freedom can have us in Belize, as it does often, Ambergris Caye, the mainland, different places in and around Belize. It can have us in Europe, which we absolutely love. It can have us taking extended time in Asia or, the South Pacific or anywhere in the world that we want to be. And that's kind of one of the things that you learn once you disconnect from your current life, once you sort of pull back and step away from wherever it is that you're living now with the current restraints and restrictions and sort of rules that you either placed upon yourself or that others have placed on you. And you sort of step back and sort of liberate yourself. Maybe at first it's liberation from the finding out how to make a living. Maybe you're going to do something online. Then it's liberation from your home city, your home state. Just the feeling of freedom when you move to another country and, wow, you know what? I don't know anybody here, but I'm not scared. That's actually kind of cool. I get to choose my friends. I get to meet people that I want to be friends with and I choose to spend my time with. Or, I'll give you an example. When it comes to food, you have to taste the food as close to where it originated as possible to really appreciate it. And the reason I'm telling you that story is because when I was living in Michigan, we hadn't traveled extensively yet. And some of my friends tried to give me Italian wine. And at that time, I was a Bordeaux snob, and I only liked French wine. Some California, but mainly French. And didn't really care for Italian wines at all. I turned my nose up on them, thought they were too acidic and everything. Well, Steph and I took one of our first trips to Italy and went to Tuscany. And in that setting, eating the pasta the way they make the pasta, not the way we make it in the US, but eating the fresh pasta with the fresh tomato sauce, drinking a good Chianti or Brunello in Tuscany, fell in love with Italian wine. That just happened to me recently, just down here about a week ago. We arrived in the French Riviera. I hope you guys are hearing me okay, because there's a lot of noise behind me. We arrived down here, went to the beach, had an incredible time at the beach, but it was warm, warm from what I've been used to lately. And got back to the room, got back to the Airbnb, and the host had left us a bottle of rosé in the fridge. Now, I'm not a rosé drinker. I like some good whites, love my reds. Not a big rosé drinker. I tell you what, this rosé hit the palate at such the right time, and now I understand why when you go into the wine shop down here, about 70% of the wines are all rosé, because in this setting, the rosé just amazing. And for those of you who have been in places like this, you know what I'm talking about. Well, when it comes to Belize, same thing is going to happen to you when you have your first rum punch. All right, so you might think, rum, take it or leave it. That's okay, whether in the US or Canada or Europe. But in Belize, after you spend a few hours sailing on a catamaran and that sun is just coming down and you got that salt taste in your mouth because you've been out snorkeling, and maybe a little bit of sunburn on your forehead, and you get under the shade, get under the canopy of the catamaran, and the boat captain, or maybe you mix it up yourself, this amazing rum punch. Yeah, that's what it feels like. It's just amazing. Or when you have that plate of rice and beans. I mean, do you think how difficult or how different would rice, beans, and stewed chicken taste? You've probably had rice and beans and chicken your entire life. But when you have it in Belize, the way the Belizeans make it with the coleslaw and the fried plantain, you understand why it's the national dish. So what I'm telling you is, find a way to make this work and take a lesson from 2021, right? Maybe this is your time to take a step forward. If it is, let me know. We can jump on a Zoom call, figure out what your next steps are. Maybe you've already taken the next steps. You've already purchased the property. You already kind of put things in motion. Fantastic. What are the next steps? What do you got to do in the next 12 months, 5 years, 10 years to make this dream a reality? And remember, man, it's a beautiful world out there. So even if you get down to Belize and you think, you know what, this is nice, it's not really for me, look at just making a financial investment. You guys can invest in Belize, particularly in Belize real estate, and then use those proceeds to travel the world, to go to other countries, to see and experience amazing things in Belize and anywhere in the world. All right, so just wanted to put this video out here today. I'm just feeling appreciative. Just walking home after spending a couple hours at the beach, and I'm in this beautiful square. You've probably been seeing it behind me, but absolutely beautiful. And I got a bottle of wine right now in the fridge. It's a rosé, so it's got my name on it. You guys have a great Sunday. We'll talk to you soon.